Now listen, here's the problem.
You realize he hasn't stuttered yet.
Oh, yeah, here he goes. Gino Bisconti with no career and no money. So here's the problem.
He's going to call someone for having no money and no career? John, come on.
But what year is his Mercedes?
Have you heard of the 1980 Billy Joel album, Glass Houses?
Well, thank you. Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Anthony. So Jay Leno had hired, his fucking person, Helen Kushnick.
Yeah.
She put out this fake story, about how Johnny Carson was going to retire.
Of course.
And Jay didn't know about it.
I remember that.
And I said to Jay, well, you didn't do it. It was your manager. You know what Jay said? No, she was employed by me. I am responsible.
That's Jay. He would always say, I'm responsible. Yeah, Hiroshima was my responsibility. I understand. It was always, he's a nice guy. Why are you trying to equate?
You trying to say Artie's not a nice guy?
Well, I'm not saying Artie's not a nice guy, but don't try to equate Jay Leno with Artie Lang.
Why not?
And how they think as far as a show and taking responsibility for shit. Right. Are you out of your fuck mind?
Are you following this, Vinny?
I am following it 100%.
Yeah.
The problem is John isn't.
Yeah, no shit. John's going, look at it. It's Artie's fault that Grillo talked about my kids, is what he's saying.
According to Artie, he's just as funny as Jay Leno.
I think Artie is.
Artie's. I don't have to explain that one.
First of all, it has nothing to do with the
But
comedy.
honestly, hold on. Let's be fair to Jay. We've never seen him on heroin.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Saying.
Do with him taking responsibility.
You want to even have the idea of Artie with a bunch of cars he can drive around in?
Yeah, right? Collector's car.
Yeah.
He would collect wrecks. like Jay collects fucking classic cars. There'd just be wrecked cars.
Who's that, Joe DeVito, who just joined?
He looks exactly like Joe DeVito. Is that Joe DeVito?
It is, yeah. So this is a tough spot for him to get into.
I know Joe.
So could you imagine if you were booked to be a guest on this show, and he goes into the Bet DSI read, and so Keith is going, yeah, get on up there. You're on. And now John has turned this back into, I'm at war with Artie, and this poor guy has to figure out how to navigate this.
I love how that picture of John has not left the screen the whole time.
I know. It really is.
This is good producing, though. You realize this, right? Like, a lot of people would think, oh, this is a train wreck. We got to get him out of here.
Oh, no.
Oh,
in fact, we only have 17 or so minutes left of this.
Jesus.
I know, it's a lot. But it's great because they want him to stay, and he leaves. It's so funny.
Brian, nice to meet you, man.
Well, I'm Joe, but it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Joe.
He just called him, what did he call him, John? Hold on a second. I got to back that up a little bit.
Perfect.
Wrecked cars.
Brian, nice to meet you, man.
Brian,
Well, I'm
nice
Joe,
to meet you. He
but
thought it was
it's
Brian
nice to meet
Callen because they mentioned that Brian Callen was going to be on. So he goes, Brian, nice to meet you. Well, I'm Joe, but okay. You moron.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna cry laughing.
Is that what these are?
Artie chucks the Kleenex box at Joe. Get ready for the onslaught that is Stuttering John comedy.
Here he comes, Mr. Fucking.
Talking about anybody.
What is zingers or zagnuts? What do you got today?
Zingers.
Right.
He's got to get his sugar up.
My low blood sugar.
Well, at least I'll have a few.
Blood sugar.
At least I'll have a few
10
zingers.
doctors.
Wait, pause for John.
Oh, no.
Pause for John's zinger reference.
Yeah, pause for Artie's fucking heroin fucking break.
Oh,
Here we go. Right back.
Jesus, John.
Captain can't take a fucking hint.
It hasn't worked once. Every time you brought this up, they've all been like, John, what are you doing? And he keeps going back to it. He's not learning.
God,
He jumped about 50 levels there.
Yeah, right?
At least I can afford him.
I don't come.
You want me to say the joke? I'll say the joke
I
again.
come to a knife fight with a gun. Do you want to fucking fight? Then we'll go.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what was he doing right there? He just started chugging his beer and making faces afterwards.
I think in his brain, he's killing.
Well, so what he just said.
I think that he thinks everybody is on his side. That's why he's playing it so big. Like, I legitimately thinks when he does it, he thinks everybody's like, yeah, he's right.
Well, what's funny is that he goes, I bring a gun to a knife fight. But meanwhile, his only gripe is not that they're busting his balls, but that they're making it personal. Remember? That was the thing that when Anthony was just like, yeah, I watched your movie. I mean, I got a goof on it. That's what I do. And what finally came down to, John, what are you so pissed about? He goes, well, you talked about, Grillo talked about my kid. That's what it came down to. And meanwhile, he gets personal every fucking time with his responses. He doesn't realize He's the problem. He's the guy who's doing what he hates every time.
The person I can outwit by not saying anything. Like you just have to. He'll overact in a picture.
Yeah, we've heard that a billion times already.
Well, some of the people.
by the way-
some of the people might have jobs and then hear it.
Yeah. And by the way, your beer league picture was so funny.
What are you talking
It
about?
was so on.
The movie Beer League, was that funny?
I liked Beer League.
You know, when you joined the cast, they named your movie.
Hey, and by
That's a good joke. It's called One Too Many.
to say that I overacted the picture, have you seen Crashing? I mean, Artie eating a pizza in the dude,
The critically acclaimed show.
Yeah. This is not a good move on John's part, trying to goof on Artie's performance in Crashing.
You're the one person.
I'm actually winning this argument.
You
can't talk about overacting, Artie.
It's called. But John, Artie in Crashing is literally critically acclaimed.
Yes.
Like critics have said,
thank you.
this is an amazing role for Artie Lang.
Oh, thank
The
you.
show's funny and everything.
You're eating a
So
roll.
It's very hard to, you might be able to get something on.
You love Beer League. All of a sudden, he's dummying up Anthony over here. He's gushing for it.
I loved Beer
It was
League.
kind of good.
I watched the entire movie of One Too Many. I watched One Too
Watch
Many.
the whole movie?
I did watch the whole movie.
One too many?
Yeah.
One too many minutes?
It was
Oh, just shut the fuck up, Pockface.
Poor Joe DeVito.
You're right.
Again. He goes, your movie wasn't great. Shut the fuck up, Pockface.
And it's so interesting that, like, if this was off the cuff and they were having fun, he might have gone to a different insult.
Right.
Like, he thinks that that's something that's really going to dig at Anthony.
Yes, correct. He's doing it to hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my teen
Plugs, Pogs.
my teen acne.
Domestic violence suit, and he's making fun of my movie.
Domestic violence. He goes right for the jugular.
Yeah, why not?
Can I get some
Because
soap?
there's levels that friends take.
Who are you, the fucking judge of levels?
Busting
Now
balls.
there's a level of what you're allowed to do?
Well,
Senator
yeah,
Melendez, we need order in the chambers.
This is a very drunk stuttering John right here. Do you see how fired up he is? His whole thing was saying, like, we can bust balls, but you don't want to go too far. And so Anthony says, you're going too far. And he goes, what do you mean?
You're the judge?
How do you know?
as far as comics and friends busting balls, there is a level. I mean, everybody knows when it goes a little
If
too
two
far.
comedians are talking and one needs $2,000, the other one's probably more successful.
This is again.
You're bringing up heroin and diet. How dare you? I'll bring up. The gates are open, dude.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh, this is.
He's talking about the blood coming out of his
Don't argue with a
nose.
man with a zinger in his hand.
First of all, let me
You've
just.
always been the ugly John. How dare you? You're fucking bringing up heroin and all this shit. I can't talk about you needed $2,000.
Well, no.
You got it right back to me.
No, here is
Puerto Rican pony fucking trail.
here is the truth about this story.
okay, the truth.
Never asked Artie for $2,000. Artie, no, I did not. That is an untruth.
I'm sorry. You're back.
That is an untruth. I never asked Artie for $2,000. I asked him for $50,000. I just asked Anthony for a bunch of grand.
This is a fallacy? A fallacy?
A fallacy and an untruth. John's been asking for money.
Artie, you are a troll.
He's been asking for money on the entire show, openly, while getting rejected multiple times. And he goes, "This is a lie. I never asked Artie for $2,000." All right, let's hear his version of the story.
Gino's just laughing in the car.
Well, that's the
What
funniest
is your
thing you can
monologue
do.
here?
But Anthony, here's
What is your monologue?
By the way, Gino was on Who Are These Podcasts when Heather W. called in, and him responding to Heather W. saying that John needed money for his child support. And Gino laughing at that was actually very funny. Gino's got a good laugh.
I bet.
What happened?
here is the truth. Here is the truth.
Gates are open.
As soon as Artie shuts the
He
fuck
just
up.
threw a zinger at.
Look at him. Look, fucking a Charger fan, big as
You're
almost
like a
big as
lazy
he is.
Susan of bad jokes.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Artie, look at Gino laughing at Artie. Let me kiss Artie.
Everyone's laughing.
Everyone's kissing Artie's ass. We gotta
The
get in there.
audience, everybody's
Let
kissing
John
his
talk so we can stop laughing.
Oh,
Finally, Joe DeVito. Everyone let John talk so we can stop laughing.
Oh, now you're on the fucking boat.
What boat? Your family can go on a boat.
ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
The lights aren't on the clapper, otherwise.
So I don't even remember where I was.
Oh, the $2,000.
Maybe the 14th Coors Light
I told them that
needed $2,000.
but I had money in stock, and I was doing.
What do you mean you bought a coyote?
So my lawyer
And Ron.
So I was telling him that my divorce attorney needs the money now. And he goes, oh, John, I'll just give it to you. And don't worry, I'll never say
What about the
anything about
passive
it.
aggressive?
Don't worry, I'll never, ever. I have a text.
All right. I want to point something out right now. John told Artie Lang, a very wealthy and generous man, that his lawyer needed $2,000 that he didn't have. Why would you tell that story to Artie Lang unless you wanted him to give you money?
From everything I've ever heard about Artie is he's an incredibly generous guy.
Incredibly generous.
Like
yes.
way too generous.
He gave Scott the engineer like $70,000, not as a loan, but when his wife
died, yeah,
had cancer, he's like, I needed help with cancer treatments and stuff.